I'm Pendle Furlisle. I'm an astrophysicist for Trinity Baptist College in Jacksonville, Florida.
Amen. So, could you tell the congregation what an astrophysicist is and what he's doing in a church?
Absolutely. I'm a member of the Astro Explorers Looking for Christ, aka ALPHIC, and at Trinity Baptist College in Jacksonville, Florida, we're actually attempting to use astrophysics to prove the existence of a greater plane of existence.
So, so to put that into layman's terms,
absolutely,
because you are trying to basically show that there is a heaven, correct?
Amen. Yeah,
Amen.
Absolutely.
So what?
There is.
Go ahead. Sorry,
I
love this. Y'all listen up to this. I don't want anybody interrupting. This is serious stuff. This is what we're going to use to combat atheism on this planet because they've been trying to use science for a long time. Go ahead, sir.
There's an undocumented amount of Satanists and atheists who are attempting to use physics to prove the existence of wormholes and greater planetary projects and alternative universes where they might be successful. Most people are very reluctant to admit their own faults, and we are using astrophysics to theoretically prove the existence of Jesus.
Have you found anything so far, sir?
Mostly space debris.
Mostly space debris, but have you found anything that maybe suggests that
we saw a suggestive-looking pattern of stars, but it seems as if it was another Jesus and toast situation.
Now, could you tell us some of the differences of how they train you in science as a Christian at a Christian college?
Well, there are rules to scientific discovery, atheist scientific discovery, proving, through the method, having to have reproducible results, things that are easily observable. But in Christian science, we take a different approach, and we factor in miracles into the scientific method to allow us to understand better what we are seeing. If it's an anomaly is basically just a miracle.
Right.
If something can't be reproduced, it must be because Jesus wills it.
So you include miracles.
Absolutely.
So could you give me an example of an experiment you might run where you would chalk it up to miracles? Let's say you run an experiment on a bunch of rats.
Yeah.
Okay. And I don't know how you scientists work. Maybe you poke them with a stick every day, or maybe you brand them.
Right.
I don't know. Do y'all brand rats?
Not particularly. I'm not sure what we would learn from searing a rat's flesh.
I've been feeling so sick lately. I think I got COVID.
Oh, well, I hope you're all right. We have done other experiments on animals, such as sometimes a chicken can live upwards of 2 minutes without a head, and sometimes they die right away. That must be a byproduct of Jesus, some form of miracle.
Dang it. I think I've been coughing so bad, I think a little bit of gravy came out into my pants. Hold on a second. I just need to clean up for 1 second. I'll be right back. What did y'all conclude from that chicken test? How long do they live without the head again?
Well, some can live upwards of 2 minutes without a head, functioning as if everything was normal. I've even seen a headless chicken attempt to eat before.
How do they eat without a pecker? I mean,
well,
a mouth.
They attempt to peck, but they really just they sort of rub their stump on the ground and leave a blood trail.
Peach Turp said, I have a question for the scientist. What is the average size of the human penis? Oh, you better be asking that because you're feeling self-conscious. I hope this guy can set things. Just tell him.
As far as Christian science says, the size of the average penis would be whatever the man decides his penis is in length.
Amen. Because the man is the head of the household.
Absolutely.
So he just tells his wife.
Right.
He could say whatever,
It's 10 inches. If she wants to argue with him, then she must be looking at external penises.
Right. Because she says, if she says something like, I seen 10 inches, right, and that ain't 10 inches, you could say, What do you mean you seen 10 inches? You were supposed to be a virgin when we got
Were you
married.
looking at penises?
What were you doing running around glancing at peckers for? And measuring them with measuring tape. Yeah, I get that. Because, like, why should she be knowing that? She should have been pure on the wedding day. So, makes sense. Let's see. Seb says, question, what are superfluids? Does Christian Science support this, or is this another ploy by the Democrat scientists?
Superfluid. I mean, that sounds like Gatorade.
Sounds like the blood of God. It's what sounds like
I
the
guess
blood
so.
of Christ and communion. It's what it sounds like.
A superfluid. I mean, I'm thinking about blueberries all of a sudden. Superfoods.
Superfood,
Gatorade,
right? The
Things that are good for you.
the antioxidants.
Right. What? Antioxidants.
What?
And you said floxidant. It's antioxidant. But that's okay.
No, because the whole thing is they got fluoride in them. They go up your
No.
teeth.
No. Well, there is fluoride, and it's been added to the water supply in rural areas, but the presence of fluoride in major cities is pretty low.
Let's move on to some more comments. We just talked to this man about how they did that interesting experiment in the Christian Science laboratories where they chopped the heads off chickens and they saw how long they could keep them alive. The longest you said you kept alive was a couple months, right? Just stuffing
Two and a half
food in
minutes.
it. No, but you stuffed food into one of their necks and you kept them alive for as long as a regular chicken, didn't you?
Right. We fed one a saline protein solution, and
Right.
it went into cardiac arrest after 67 days.
Amen.
We had to glue a piece of cellophane to its neck.
No, you didn't.
To keep it shut and keep the wound clean.
You put saran wrap around its neck? Is that what you're saying?
Well, we weren't going to use medical supplies like second skin on a essentially Walking Dead chicken.
Okay. Here's my point, ladies and gentlemen, okay? If a chicken can live without a head, okay, then why didn't chickens evolve without heads? Atheists, I want you to explain that. If you an atheist, explain to me why chickens evolved with heads if they can live without them. Amen. Spartan Heckler, $3. Yeah.
Since my answer was ignored, chickens evolved with heads so they can see and eat. Outside of a laboratory where they are literally hand-fed, they die. You think in nature headless chickens have medical wrap and saline solution?
Do I think in nature chickens have... Listen, I don't know. Did you see this guy's donation?
I did, yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, listen, okay. Do you think in nature they have saline wrap and saline... No. Okay.
It was actually saline biline protein solution, but...
It's a saline biline... It's a what?
Saline biline protein solution.
What does biline mean?
It's a anabolic solution to feed your muscles.
Adam Hart, amen.
Amen.
Now, to this other fella, I want to answer your question. Listen, I'm going to be as polite as I possibly can to a deliberate, willfully ignorant idiot. He says, my question, since my answer was ignored, buddy, we get a lot of answers and questions in here, and you know what? It took you a heck of a long time to come up with this answer, so I happened to miss it. I glance over at the chat. I don't get to see every message, so let's just cool it with that. Okay. Since my answer was ignored, chickens evolved with heads so they can see and eat.
That's
well,
true.
This guy's saying that they can eat with their necks.
Right. They can also do that. I mean, we could release, maybe we could do an experiment, release a batch of headless chickens into the wild, but I'm afraid they wouldn't last too long.
Chickens ain't got no reason to see anyways. Because there ain't nothing. Listen, if anything wants to eat a chicken, they just pick them up.
Right.
Chickens, you just pick a chicken up and eat it. I mean, listen, that's why they got to protect them from foxes. Literally, any animal that likes chicken, any animal that likes bird meat, just jump in there and go to town. So that's why they got to be protected, because they can't even defend themselves. They don't need eyes. Second of all, outside of a laboratory where they're literally hand-fed, they die. You think in nature headless chickens have medical wrap and saline solution. If evolution was real, they would just have a little neck stub with teeth on it.
Right.
Okay? That's what I'm talking about. They wouldn't be born with an open wound. You don't even understand your own stupid evolution lie. if evolution was real, chickens would not have heads. Spartan Heckler said evolution is 100% real. Instead of your narrow view, think of it as something that God left for us to discover. Okay, Spartan, instead of just saying it's real, you have a belief in evolution that is clouding your judgment. Evolution, science, Darwin, Mao, Marx, these are your gods. These are your idols. Okay? And you just believe whatever they spew. So if you believe in evolution, you think something we said was wrong, you tell me. See, like this other fella who strutted in here like a cock, just like these cocks that are getting their heads cut off that we're talking about today. Cock of the roost. Hey, I understand evolution, and he says one of the stupidest things I ever heard. What I found is none of y'all understand evolution, because if you understood the theory of evolution, you'd understand that it don't make sense. Okay? So you tell me where I'm wrong. You're wrong because you've been a Christian since 1993. Thank you for being so toxic. You're the one who's coming in here telling me that we're wrong and we're stupid. Okay? That's you. How about instead of just calling names and saying you're stupid and you're wrong, you tell me how I'm wrong? Is that so much to ask? We got a Christian scientist in here who's been answering all sorts of questions. I've been answering all sorts of questions. You tell me where I'm wrong about anything I've said, and I will, if I'm wrong, I will concede it. You're having a conversation. Sensitive Nancy now is being rude. Okay, you're not having a conversation. You're just spouting off your beliefs. Everything I say, I back up with Christian Science because I got a Christian scientist on the program. So if you're Mr. Science Man, you tell me where we're wrong. You're not doing it, though. You're dodging the question. You tell us where we're wrong about anything we've said. Or you tell us this big smoking gun when it comes to evolution, and I'll do my best to disprove it or tell you where you're wrong. You tell me where I'm wrong, man. I tried, you dodged it every time. Then repost it! Let's see it then. Where's this proof? Go ahead. Oh, you mean when you left the donation? You mean that one that I disproved? You tell me how I disproved that message, how what I said's wrong. You can't. I already disproved your stupid message. I already did that. I'm trying to be as polite as possible with you. I disproved nothing. What did I say that was wrong? Why don't you clean the wax out of your ears? And why don't you clear the devil out of your heart? It's got to work it. You know, I think there's just a dang atheist who's trying to work me up. That's what it is. You don't believe in evolution if you believe in God. God writes right in Genesis how he made this world. And when he made it. There is a genealogy in the Bible. So you are speaking against Christ. You are not a Christian. You are not a Christian in my book anyways. Christians since 1993, keep trying. I'm going to keep trying to get you to tell me how I'm wrong about evolution and its lies and how Satan's been tempting the youth. Been tempting what would otherwise be good Christians into the pits of hell with science. So you tell me.
Pardon.
This guy can't even explain the Grand Canyon. Can't explain nothing.
Pardon Heckler's seems like a big old.
What? Okay, that's about enough. That's about enough the interview today. Thank you so much for calling in, sir. You have a good day.
No, okay.
Bye.